Hey everyone, just thought I'd share my trials and tribulations with carpeting an AK Cobra. First thing, top tip, is to use some B&Q wall lining paper. It's £3 for a really long roll. Okay, next thing is think about how you're going to be installing your carpet to make sure that you don't see the edges. So as you can see here, I've used the wall lining paper and stuck a few bits together to make one large piece, so I didn't have lots of sections. And when you stick it, you've got to make sure that you can't see the bottom edge or the edge of your carpet. So the very first edges that I did was this section here that finished at the bottom. I then did this complete wall here with the edge obviously finishing at the bottom there. And then the very final bit that I did was this base here, which hides the edges at the bottom of these two sections, and that makes it look half professional. So now I'll show you a bit that's in progress. So this section here is fairly difficult, and the best thing you can do is do it in a couple of bits and then stick them together later. I wanted it to be one complete section with less joins. So the first thing I had to do was make the template, and it's just a case of trimming, retrimming, trimming too much, and then maybe adding a bit of paper back. This masking tape here is brilliant, it tears off real easy, and if you've cut too much and need to remake a line, you just stick it on down, and there's your new template. So you just keep on trialing it until you're absolutely sure it's all going to fit. Okay, so once you've made your template and you've fitted it and you've got it out and you've trimmed it over and over again and you've added tape and made sure it all fits, the next thing to do is transfer it to the carpet. I've actually cut this section out, so just remember that when you're cutting it out, you need to have the carpet upside down, and you will be having your template so you can see the back of your template. That way, once you've cut it out, it's going to be the right way round. Okay, so there's the carpet I've cut out, and we can now see how that's going to fit. And obviously, you can still trim the carpet if you don't think it's quite right. But it's all in the prep, all in the prep. So there you go. I can fit my carpet in there. Now it looks like I might take about 4 or 5 mil off this top line here, and this is all going to go in nicely there, and I can see that's all in nicely there. So that should be absolutely fine once I've trimmed that top edge. And then what I'll do, I'll probably stick it in 2 sections, because it's quite a lot and quite unwieldy to have all this amount of carpet glued, because as soon as you touch the glued sections together, it really grabs and it's hard to get off again. So I'll probably glue this first section up to about here and have this left flapping, and when that's all nice and dry, and then I'll glue this section, glue that section. You've got to wait about 10 minutes until it's nearly dry, quite tacky, and then I'll be able to feed all this back up here nice and tidy, and complete that carpet. Here's another section that's in progress, and you can see here that this the masking tape is really handy. I got the hole in totally the wrong position, so I put a bit of masking tape round there and redid my hole. I've got all my sections in there, a bit of masking tape because I over trimmed, so I've got the exact edge that I want, and I've got a bit of masking tape just here, which I've now marked with a pencil. I'm going to trim that off. So let's do that. So we'll get it all out. This paper does rip fairly easily, so you have to be a little bit careful with it. So I've made a new edge here, and I'm just going to trim that up. and then I'll refit it, double check that this edge is right up against my carpet edge here, and then I'll go with transferring it onto the carpet. As you can see, the carpet is pretty forgiving. I mean, you do have to make a good attempt at the cuts, etc. But when this is all hoovered, hopefully you won't see that this is actually got a cut or a separate piece for every edge and every corner. I've managed to make this this section here one long section all the way down into the footwell. And then this is the last bit for this side that's in progress. Obviously I had to wait until I'd carpeted all the way around the edge, so I had the correct width and floor plan here. So I just did this a bit at a time. Did this corner first, used this corner, pushed that down into this corner, and managed to get it all the way down here. This needs a little bit of trimming because I think that's going to be a bit high. So all I do is maybe mark this with a bit of pencil, and I know that when I take this out, I've just got to trim that slightly to fit more nicely. And then I'm going to do this in one complete sheet as well. So I'm going to get another bit of paper for the ends there, tape them together, and I'll have one complete carpet section. So hopefully that's given you a few tips, and more than anything, a bit of confidence that it's not that scary, and you should be able to make a good hash of it yourself. Just remember, it's all about the templates, redoing them, making sure they fit over and over again until your knees are raw, but then you should be able to get a good result like this.